Hi, hi. So I'm gonna probably be doing a little breathing through my mouth on this one. Just forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't like it any more than you do, but like I'm a little sick. I'm a little beneath the weather. This video is going up on the first of the year, but don't think I'm starting this year off with a cold. I got like 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. Today's the 28th, I think. So I got like 2 days, 3 days to get over this thing and beat it and start the new year with regular health, regular blood pumping through my regular veins. None of this bullshit where I'm sick. I feel a little nosy, like nosily, like my nose is all stuffly, like Mephistopheles. And I feel a little, like, kind of dizzy. Been feeling a little dizzy all day. Like Gillespie, not like Rascal. If that means anything to anybody. I'm sure it does. It's gotta mean something to somebody. It can't just be me. This is all school. But yeah, I feel a little out of sorts. I feel a little sort of out of sorts. Not the worst I've ever felt, but you know, we're not making a top 10 shittiest I've ever felt list right here. We're just talking about how I am right now. I do think that a majority of the sickness I've kind of curb stomped to death a little early, which I hope actually turns out to be the true case. But you never know with these things. I could have overloaded on medicine and all kinds of stuff, and I still end up, you know, sicker than a dog's dick, which is on the scale of 1 to sick, or 1% to all the way 100 and plus sick. That's the worst. That's the one you don't want to be. But I'm still here, still trucking, as they say. They always enunciate. They never get sloppy with it and say truck in. That's fucking just blasphemous to even think. Let's go ahead and start. Let's pretend that it's the year 2002 right now. Oh man, shit! Well, that's fine. I guess we gotta lose a little one item to get a better second item. But, let's talk about things right now as if it's the year 2020. I think people thought that the future was going to begin in 2010. And kinda did. I think 2010 began like some sort of communications revolution. What? I think it started the social media era. It started the small scale blogger, vlogger, YouTube, Twitch. It was the beginning of the point a camera at yourself decade. I fucking know what I'm doing right now. I know that there's a camera pointed at me and I'm a part of the problem. But like, it's not just a problem. It's like, it's kind of led to a lot of cool things. A lot of my my entertainment recently has been you know, small scale streamers and content makers doing things. It's not all just like filtered through the lens of, I don't know, I don't even know what you would call it. Like, it doesn't have to be on a channel. It doesn't have to be a major brand. It could just be people doing their thing. And I think that that's a beautiful part of this last 10 years. I don't know if it started exactly within the last 10 years. I know that it blew up within the last decade. It went from being a thing occasionally you saw people doing to it being like big business. With that comes the horse shit. Oh, fucking Christ Lord. With that comes both the horse shit and the positives. It means that we got a lot of things such as, you know, Instagram people being rotten little rat turds, and, you know, the rise of, like, everyone being super self-conscious of everything, which sucks and is really bad. And, like, not even sarcastically or lightheartedly, it's led to a lot of people being, what's a good way to put it? Being more self-conscious than they've ever been. And, I feel like that's a major problem, and it's something that's going to have to be addressed within the next 10 years. That and privacy is, like, kind of a joke. Privacy doesn't exist anymore. Privacy is something you'll tell your grandkids about. But, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm trying to justify it, because it really does seem like we've lost a lot. But we've fucking gained so much. Like, so most of the stuff that I've watched in the last year, at least, maybe not the entire time, I would say most of my my hours spent watching things has been watching content made by a single person or a you know, a small team. I've watched hours of, like, TV and movies and stuff too, but I think even more than that, I've watched a much greater number of YouTube videos, Twitch streams, like just one-man productions. Like, I probably watched more Northern Lion than any single content maker in the last calendar year. And that's something that started maybe before that. You know, I'm not really huge at watching Twitch because when my computer's open, I am as ADD as a person can be. Like, if I'm not playing one game, I'm doing 4 things when my computer screen is turned on, when my computer screens are turned on. And a big part of the reason for that is because I have 3 monitors right now. But I don't think that's, I mean, it's kind of a problem. It's made it so I can't really just, like, focus on one thing the way I maybe used to have been able to. But I don't know. I like that I feel like now I can get multiple things done in a way that I couldn't have before, such as exercising and watching YouTube videos, or drawing and watching YouTube videos, or, you know, and watching YouTube videos. I've gotten a lot of, like, I don't want to say the phrase edutainment, but it's, like, really enjoyable, like, knowledge enhancing things. And I've got a lot of, like, mindless podcast stuff, which is much less about the gameplay, the video game at all, and has almost exclusively been just because I like the way that someone patters. Like, I like the way that someone fills the dead space between gameplay moments or whatever. And, you know, I think it's great. I also think it's great that actual, like, podcasting has grown. It's grown and blossomed. I don't know. I guess there were probably podcasts beforehand, but I don't feel like it. I just feel like the last decade has been, like, the decade of the self-made media. You know, like, it's not always good, but who fucking cares? There's so much of it that you can either just watch the bad if that's what you enjoy, or sift through it and get to some good stuff. And, you know, part of it's fucking annoying because it's getting horned in on by the traditional media stars, like William Smith has been doing his damnedest to be a part of the YouTube verse. I don't know if he's still doing that. I just remember he was on last year's Rewind. And, like, man, I don't need to talk about Will Smith anymore. The guy, is boring in my opinion. He's like, not boring like I think I'm more exciting. Boring like he's been, oh man, he's had like ease of access into a lot of things, and I know he fucking worked hard. I know the Fresh Prince was like his thing, and I know that he has a real sense of accomplishment for it, and he absolutely should, because it's something that would not have existed without his participation. However, since then, it's just kind of, it feels like the few monumental successes that he's had have led him to be this, like, fucking, I don't know, like, self-proclaimed auteur of movies. And I just don't think he's, I don't think he's important. But anyway, but then you got other people doing the same thing, like, Jablinski's, which is Jack Black. His Jablinski gaming channel, where I don't think has ever played a game on it, or if he has, it's been very brief. You know, he's got a good personality, good stage presence. He's like fun to watch. But still, there's this combination of like people really wanting to do it passionately, putting their all into it. You get people like Absquatula, who has the wherewithal to make the most incredible kind of self-made, like, stylistic channel. He's got a great sense of style and taste, who just goes unnoticed. And then you got people who are already famous they're already millionaires, and they're trying to also get the $1 bills on top of it. Like, that kind of shit sucks. It does kind of suck, because it's like they made their fortune and their fame through traditional channels, and then they're allowing themselves to also be like, hey, I want a piece of that pie too. I didn't earn it. I got a team here doing the stuff for me, but like, give me some of that fucking pie. And it's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's like reverse selfishness, but I kind of like the distinction between the homebrew style of entertainment and like mass media. Is why, like, even shows like This American Life or whatever, I put in like NPR team-based entertainment shows versus like what I would consider like closer to like mom and pop operations, like personal podcasts or streaming, or even stuff like hey, wow, that's fucking crazy. I have the Pitchfork page pulled up on my little other window there. It feels like I want the little guys to have the whole pie instead of having to share it with the people who are going to instantly and without hesitation, without qualifiers, start off doing better than the average person because they made their fame through traditional media. I guess, they put out the work, they deserve whatever, but like, it just feels like fucking greedy to me. And maybe that's stupid, but that's how I feel about it. Like, I want 2010 through the end of 2019 to be the year of like the small guy, the guy who 10 years ago could not have existed, because that's not really, there wasn't a fucking way to do it. There weren't tons of programs to use for self-publishing videos. Dude! Dang! What the fuck? That might have been a little cowardly, and I might have not needed to do it, but like, I felt freaking trapped as hell. Some real cornering there. And I love, I watch The Completionist. I watch Northern Lion. I mean, for a long time I watched, like, what was it? The Game Theorist, Matt Pat. And I really like that kind of stuff. I love one person just having an idea and drive and then saying, like, I'm going to leave my impact. I'm going to do this, and it's going to be mine, and if it succeeds, awesome. I will go all in. If not, then I'll move on to another project, because I know that everybody is into this to some degree. But, like, it's just a great feeling knowing that, like, I don't know. There's been a time for people like that. And I know it sounds like I'm only expressing this opinion about it because I am in some ways attempting to be a part of it. But, like, I think I like the story of the little guy as well. It's also been the decade of the fucking giant, too, with, you know, more billionaires than there have ever been. Billionaires having more billions than were previously imaginable. With there being, like, billionaire competitions, basically, between, like, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Billiam Gates. Like, it's not all been little dudes doing big things. It's also been a lot of, like, fucking mega giants just, like, getting bigger because of the way resources is allocated now. We're at the beginning of, like, a major class struggle that might have weird and unpleasant ramifications for people on both sides going forward. But, you know, we got some cool YouTubers out of it. Excuse me. And I mean that. It sounds like that's a sarcastic way to look at it, but, like, it's kind of neat where things are right now. Like, it's kind of interesting. And I don't know if it's ever been like this before. Where, like, at the same time we're getting some of the most powerful individuals in the history of existence, as we're getting the ability for the little guy to have an actual voice. What? I didn't even know there was a fucking dude up there. Then there's the thought that, like, maybe this quote-unquote voice that the little guy has right now is the distraction. I don't know how I feel about that one. Maybe it's just a smoke and mirrors, and it's like, you know, there's so few people that actually make it. There's so few people that actually make it even as, like, a living. You know? Like, I remember, what's his name? Steve Must Be Otaku. He took a year off. You know, he saved up some money. I think he quit his job or severely cut back on his workload, and decided to give it a real go. He decided to really, really put his all into being successful as a streamer, spending, you know, 40 hours a week doing it, putting all of his time into promotion and stuff like that, and then having nothing to show for it at the end. That sucks. That fucking sucks. What am I gonna do here? This is a real tricky wicket. We're gonna do this. Oh fuck. Okay. And it's still super hard. I mean, I've showed huge frustration with this. I haven't bitten the bullet and decided that I'm ever going to... Ooh, baby. Ever going to think of streaming or video making. I mean, I don't have the fucking skill, and I also don't have the wealth to pursue that as a primary means of dollar sign. Also, I really like my job, and I don't want to quit it. So there's that. But, you know, it'd be cool, especially as I'm starting to... I'm eventually going to age out. Everybody's going to age out of it. But I'm not going to age out of bartending and then be just, like, fucking great for streaming. There's no old guys that aren't art. Oh my god, it was right here, wasn't it? I was like, why does this weird room exist? It has to be here. Dude, stop fucking with me. You know it's gotta be. What? For real? Well, anyway. Let's just go. I don't know. I think 2020 is going to start with it being, you know, the land, the time of the small boys. And I honestly think that there is going to be, my prediction is that there's going to be some sort of upheaval. Not crazy violent upheaval. I think there's going to be ideological upheaval, and I think we're already seeing the beginnings of that, because I think, like, we've already seen that even, like, you know, an Obama can't change enough. And that people really are fucking tired of it. I think in 10 years, if we still don't have, like, universal health care or universal basic income, then it's going to be, in my opinion, considered like a fundamental loss of the little guy. A fundamental loss of the average person. And I think it's going to be pretty devastating, because the divide is going to grow so fucking huge by the time 2030 hits that it's going to be, like, unsustainable. It's going to be dystopic. If things continue at the rate they're continuing. Not to mention, I mean, like, probably be unsustainable in an ecological sense, too. Not just economical. There's got to be some shakeup where, you know, the rich are going to run out of freaking resources. People are not going to... People will be wage slaves. It's kind of like pretty standard stuff at this point. But people won't be, like, goddamn literal slaves. That's where the line is drawn, strangely. Dude, is it worth it to use a blank to get the secret if it gives me the infinite ammo gun? We need to try with something else to find. We need to find freaking secret rooms. That feels like the regular secret room, though. A green chest, huh? Huh? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but, like, the presence of the internet, the presence of social media, and all the ways in which we can really speak now, which are, you know, manipulable and prone to treachery and the like, they at least exist in a way that make obvious to the average person the distinction between the classes, and I think hopefully make it obvious that it's untenable as a long-term situation. That pretty soon a shakeup is going to happen, whether either side wants it to. Just because, like, I don't know, man. People can't be fooled forever, right? I mean, I guess we'll see. By the 40s, it'll be 100 years since the end of the Second World War and the beginning of the economic boom that kind of set the United States on its current path. It was the big time of split between the ideas of capitalism being this universal good and communism being this universal evil. At least in the U.S. And I think people are starting to realize that maybe we were sold a false bill of goods about the glories of one and the evils of the other. Not saying that communism is the way to go, but like democratic socialism is absolutely long-term going to be fundamental if, you know, the majority of the people are going to do anything other than wither and die. And you can't have the ultra-rich without the laborers. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe robots. Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I did not want that to be the room. Well, we gotta use the other blank. Wait, no. Where was it? In here? I can't believe that this was the one. Why did I give that one ammo? This must be the... Remind me to buy a blank before we go in there. It's already dead. I don't know, man. It's a weird time. It's a weird fucking time to be alive when there's such conflict between two extremes. It's like really bizarre. And I feel like this was probably going on at the end of the old 1900s. Led to a lot of that shit. Led to the October Revolution and the like. It's weird to see such a freaking parallel situation. Oh, uh-oh. Happen on the other end of it. Okay, I need to get this guy fucking wrecked over here. Woo! Damn it. Oh, fuck. Wow, that's close. Ooh, that was actually probably the worst place to dive there, but we still got the fuck. We still got the fuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Alright, we're gonna get this curse. The AK. This is like 3.5 curse we got there. Let's open this brown. Who's that brown? Not another key. So I'm gonna actually open the other brown. Hope for it, and then probably go for the synergy one. Okay. I made my bed and I'm sleeping. Dogs lie in it. There's been a keyless butthole of a run. An unkeyed bunghole. Oh, I thought that was gold. That's 7 already? Jesus Christ. But, regardless, we're still doing swell as hell. Swollen as Holland. Hey! I know the weird person. How are you? Sorry if you've been there for a little while. It's been kind of quiet in here, so I didn't look up at chat. I'm doing alright. I just freaking flawless the old king again. For like the 100th time? Nah. This is definitely less than 100 times. I'm getting better at that fight. which is still, in my opinion, one of the hardest. Wow! I think the only one I would consider consistently harder than it is the fucking High Priest. Screw that guy. Have you played a lot of Gungeon? Are you just getting started because it's the Twitch free game of the month or whatever? I feel like there's going to be a lot of new Gungeon followers. Not like followers of my channel, but a lot of new people interested in it because it's Twitch Prime free game. And then, you know, that'll fall off in like a month or so. Yeah, it is my favorite game of 2016, and nice. Oh shit, I didn't know they were doing a Switch sale too. I'm playing this on the PC, that's why it's in ultra wide. That's why I got this weird setup here. But I also have it on the Switch, and it's really hard for me to play it on the Switch after, I mean, I love my Switch, don't get me wrong. The Switch is the only console I could possibly care about. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that greatly. The Switch is the only console I could care about. I have a PlayStation 4, and I haven't touched it in, I think, actually over a year. Just because, who cares about the PlayStation 4 when you got a computer? The only thing it gives you is a handful of exclusives, and nothing that a PC couldn't do better. Whoa. But the Switch, I play it all the time because I take it with me. However, I have a really hard time playing Gungeon on the in portable mode. Oh, mother. Okay, he doesn't have anything good for sale. Just because the right stick feels a little low for me. It probably wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't gotten used to it with a controller. Yes, I have 1,000+ hours in Binding of Isaac on the Switch. That's actually one I love for the Switch. I think it's actually the best way to play it, just because graphics 0% matter in that game, and since it's just left, right, up, and down, it is very easy to play with the controls. Kyle, what are you doing, Kyle? You're not allowed to subscribe anymore. You already did it. Is that a subscription renewal? $16 goddamn motherfucking months? Shit, dog. How's the vacation? Did you see the Bahamas, Bermuda? Don't you wanna shoot a tornado, Barbados? Oh, I like tomato. Salami, pastrami, ice, coat of Hammurabi. There was Cats? Don't tell me you went and saw the movie Cats. Or if you did, just don't tell me. Bermuda Triangle. Oh, I need to strangle. I feel like spelled like that is like brats, like those weird toys marketed to girls. Oh my god, I'm so fucking hungry. How did that happen? Oh yeah? I saw someone on your channel going like, yo yippee yo yippee 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 yo, where and showing all their stats and stuff. Here's what I want. You know what I miss, Kyle? I miss Ammonomicon. I miss him dreadfully. Her. I miss her dreadfully. I don't know how to function. I probably type... Oh, you mother... Fucking... God damn, I hate this shitty item. I type Ammonomicon stuff all the time into my thing, and it's just like, nah. And it hurts. It hurts on the inside, and it hurts on the outside, and it hurts on the upside. Excuse me. Remake it from scratch. Yo, nice crown. It's a cool looking crown. Alright. I gotta just hold this thing until I can sell it. I've been starved for keys and for money for most of this run. So we're going to be playing a regular bullet hell for a little bit with no dodge roll mechanic. Yikes. Because I can't use this stupid item for two reasons. One, because I use a controller. And two, because on my controller I have the trigger button set to my dodge roll. And trigger buttons tend to press, what's the word? You get like half presses. Oh man, this is gonna suck ass. It's gonna suck dog ass. Dang it. Cool, keep splitting. It's all good. I love how much and how frequently you split. You nerd. Excuse me? Oh, dog ass, yeah. I thought you were just mentioning a thing. I have this problem of forgetting. Yo, what do you do in school all day? ZZZ all the way home? You just making Zeds? Cutting logs and making Zeds? I thought you were programming a bunch of drones to fly in a circle. I know you graduated. But what were you doing in school? Man, fuck this game! Well, what? That didn't kill it? Oh, well. Shows what I know. Wait a second. Hey. Let me pop up over there. Hey! Since when can I not? That's horseshit. That was like the only reason anybody ever used this piece of crap item. Is to do that. And give everybody A's. Whoa, whoa. This dog ass, I bet. I know how schools think. The password was raging dog ass. Whoop. Big poop. The principal was like, I got you. I got this one. Figure it out. The kids will never guess it. Because they think I only like small poop. Oh my god, can I please sell this thing? Please. Please. Oh, that's less funny. Figure out the password next time and it better be a joke. Or else. Kyle here is the, no, Kyle is the preeminent Gungeon modder. He's not the guy who makes the mod maker, but he makes the mods that everybody that plays Gungeon on the PC generally tends to use. Some other people have done some stuff, but they're usually bullshit. Yeah, but being washed up is temporary. Having done something good at one point is forever. Also, why do people say washed up like it's a bad thing? It's supposed to be a stinky old, dirty old, fart-smelling old B.O. guy? That's the lead god. Are you kidding me? Santa bullet. Whoa, fuck. I forgot how this freaking item worked. Ooh, spooky. Yikes. Yikes. Around the clock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Hey, what are you doing for New Year's, huh? 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 What are you doing? Eh? Oh, finally a fucking key. For free. For me. Ah, that boss is, he's a snooze factory. He's a cakewalk wrapped up in a piece of pie. That's a piece of pie, not a pizza pie. You don't want a cake wrapped in a piece of pie. Some free forwards from the window. Fireworks, okay. Probably not forwards. Get this one out of here. I don't think we're gonna go to that floor because it's boring. Oh, another gun I hate. This one can suck it too. This one can screw off. And yeah, we'll just keep going with what we got. Blow, you know, don't you know? Well, you don't know what you got till you gone. I was thinking forwards like basketball. Hmm? No, this is just regular mode. This isn't turbo or whatever. I streak this game. I streak normal mode of Gungeon. That's what that counter is for. That's how many times I've beaten the Lich in a row. Because I really, really enjoy this game. I'm using the Xbox One Elite controller wrapped up in BDSM gear. The grip like ripped off of it or something, so I had to buy a grip replacement, and then turned out the grip replacement I bought was like a fucking full goddamn cover the whole thing style replacement, and not just an actual replacement for the grip. So Series 1, this thing is everything that I need in a controller. I don't need to, you know, upgrade it. Honestly, if the Switch Pro controller had paddles in the back, if there was a Switch Pro controller Elite or something that had like back paddles, I would be like, I'd be done with controllers. That would be the ideal one for me. I know that the PlayStation 4 controller is just like, they just added a purchasable single back paddle. I don't know why you would add one when two is more, but whatever. Console's got a console. I also have the Steam controller, but I haven't gotten used to it yet. Oh yeah? It's got two little back flaps? Maybe I'll look into that. You rotten rat dick. I fucking hate this bastard. Alright, if we get one more key, we can at least unlock everything for free through fighting. Rotten little sock fucking rat dick. By the way, this is not a it's not a language controlled stream. Huh? That's a quote from China, Illinois before it was China, Illinois. It was still the Professor Brothers. Also, just mentioning a creature's penis does not make you a bestial. I can say birds have a penis, cats have a penis, and that doesn't mean I'm having sex with those penises. I'm just mentioning that they exist, which is fine. Scientists do it every day. How do you think we get veterinarians? Science is how. Are you telling me that you think all veterinarians... Yeah, dude. Ducks have nature's worst penis, as far as I'm concerned. Boom, boom, boom. Kyle, what are you doing over there? Programming? Slamming and gramming? As I call it. Are you dead yet? I can't really see your shots too well, so... Thank you. Oh, God. Where's my ice gun? Ice. Well, you know, all the more reason to figure it out. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have that I'm really interested in. I'm interested in solar panels. I freaking want solar panels super badly. I'm hyping myself up to the future. One day I will own a home, and I will be a homeowner. And I want solar panels on that so fucking badly that it like hurts to think about. But I don't know if I'm ever gonna be like one of those wealth dudes that has enough wealth to just get solar panels. He's not. You lie. There's not gonna be an MGT2, MTG, I mean. That's an impossibility. Only a god man would be able to release one. Man, that's what I want. I want the Tesla solar panels. I want them all over the roof. I got a Model 3 and I need a freaking solar panel so I can have sun-powered car. I want that. Oh, I want it so bad. But you know, it's for big bucks, for big buck boys who have the ability to buy their own house. And I'm not one of those BBBs. Still small bucks, boy. Yo, all these treasure chests are dog shit. Hey, neat. Well, I mean, yeah, but someone you're related to probably has much money, and that like leads to you having secondhand a lot of money. Which I don't get money from anybody because I'm too old. They stop giving you money once you turn, I don't know, like 22. They being your parents. And they being just some of them. I'm sure some parents still give their kids lots of money after 22. But I'm not from wealth. I'm a poor boy, like the like that sandwich. It's not a sandwich. What is a poor boy? A po' boy? I guess it's kind of a sandwich. It's a hoagie. Hey, shit. You're a poor boy, and it tastes real good. Yummy, yummy, yum. I like it. Oodly-doo on the old man's money. Oodly-doo with your old man's money. You're a poor boy, and it tastes real good. Hoagie buns with shrimp or something. Po' boy. You could say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. I'm dry. Sorry, that's a Hall and Oates singing Rich Girl. And I replace it with Po' Boy, the opposite. Whoa! Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me or what? How in the frick did I not get that? You say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. Yeah, I'm glad Roddy didn't see that one. Oh, the choke. All the way to the top. I can't believe that there hasn't been a Hall & Oates cover band from Holland called Holland Oates. Why do I have to do all the work for everybody? That's all you just do that, guys. Just Holland Oates. But no. They'd rather not. Yeah, I mean, that's smart. I would, if I was doing well, and I had kids, which I don't, thank God, they'd be living the normal life of not Zach nor Cody. Because I've met some kids who were rich throughout the entirety of their existence, and they suck mad dong. Like, in a bad way. Not like they're doing favors. They just are shitty, pathetic people for the most part. And I hate them. Even the ones who turn out to be alright, there's usually like a but. You know, they can't understand why oh, fuck, that sucks. Why anybody else has ever been poor. Like, I went to a pretty prestigious college, and it led to me meeting a lot of people who have been well off from age 0, right? And there's nothing wrong with making sure your kids have a good life. I started streaming 3 years ago, I think. November, December of whatever 3 years ago was, 2016. I believe we can all agree that that's when 3 years ago were. If we really want to, we can come to a consensus on that. But yeah, I'm doing okay for myself now at age, what am I, 34? For the first time. I'm not doing well. I can't afford solar panels, is where I am, but I can afford a Model 3. So that's a rough descriptor of what 34 years of life have been like. Favorite game of 2019? You want to know the truth? I made a list of this on my Discord. It's a Ring Fit Adventure. It's the best game of the last calendar year, in my opinion. And I know no one else wants to hear that. They want to hear like, oh, I like Red Dead Redemption 2, which I think came out a whole year ago. I don't like big games anymore. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of 60 hours fetch quests, open world nonsense. But a game that I have played significantly. Hey, wow, my wife's calling. Hello? What's up? Hold on, I'm gonna mute this. Hi. Okay. So yeah, what was I talking about? Favorite game is weirdly, but also unquestionably is okay. Let me actually put a caveat on that. My favorite game that I've played is Ring Fit Adventure, and it's not my favorite because I think it's the best. It's my favorite because it's the game that I like. Every time I sat down and thought about what game gave me the most like pure enjoyment, unquestionably, and actually I think kind of changed the way I think about, you know, what I would even put in a list, and it's that one. I played a lot of good games this year, but I mostly played the same games that I've been playing years before, such as I play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV Online, which is a game I really, really like a lot. Yeah, I'm glad. Like, I really liked watching you play Dicey Dungeons. See, that's part of the reason that I. Oh my God, why did I jump in that hole? Why I wanted to caveat and said game that I played, because there are some games that I watched people play that I adored. Dicey Dungeons is one of them. I haven't gotten into it. Not because I think the game's bad, but because I'm stingy. Probably a really surprising second for game that came out this year is Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is another pretty small game with just a fucking amazing aesthetic, with, you know, very simplistic but fun gameplay, really, really catchy music, and it's something that I did not expect to enjoy as much as I enjoyed, and I dove in without knowing anything about it, and I'm very, very glad that I did. Huh? I don't know. I haven't set those things up. I guess they do exactly and only what it says it does. I think that makes it more likely to be seen, but like I don't have a lot of. This isn't going to be a popular stream, so you don't have to worry about being drowned out in the chatter. I enjoyed watching people play. Well, I guess Stardew Valley didn't come out this year. Slay the Spire has been one that I've also really liked watching people play, but I haven't played myself. I could say the same about... fuck, what was the name of that game? I guess watching people play Resident Evil 2. Oh, Untitled Goose Game was one I loved watching my wife play through. She enjoyed every millisecond of that game. Nice. No thanks. Don't need it. Yeah, I mean, I also really like that game, like, on an aesthetic and idea level. Baba Is You is one that I also feel the same way about, that I haven't personally played. It's like a game that I respect conceptually. I don't know, not a lot of major releases that I give even a singular crap about. Yeah, I don't understand how. Well, I don't really understand how one gets popular on Twitch anyway. But I also really don't understand how one gets popular when it's just a fucking roar, you know, when it's just a din, like an eternal throbbing noise. Because there are so many people talking simultaneously. If I watch another stream. If I watch a big stream, like I watch Northern Lion sometimes, I watch the Northern Lion live Super Show. This guy, you beat his past. Everybody has a past. And once you beat their past, you get their alternate costume because you changed their past, I guess. I don't really understand why. You just do. No, I would be starving in the gutter if I was trying to earn a living off of this. You have to not only beat the main game as the character, but you have to construct a bullet that can kill the past, and then pick it up from the blacksmith every time you want to go to a character's past. There's a whole 4-step process. I actually have videos on my YouTube channel that I can link you to that explain how to do all that. They're not very well made. They're old, but they're there. You got a cat? What? No, my YouTube thing isn't connected because I'm not smart. Ugh! Dang, that was close. It's in one of those boxes under the thing, though. I don't know which one, and I don't remember how to even look that up. Dang, you've got to be kidding me. I did the same roll both times, and it failed both times. I will do that soon. First name Ted or first name Al? Oops. Fucking biffed it on the goddamn Lich Flawless. But we got an Old King Flawless, which is more valuable in my opinion. And we're done. 278. I mean 248. Oh. Hey, thanks. How would I make, Kyle, do you know how I make a YouTube link shortcut for whatever Streamlabs or whatever I use. I don't even remember which program I use. What's it called? Something with an N? Nightbot. There it is. Thank you. As always, Kyle, you are my computer wizard and a hero of men. We're gonna have to change that number in the background to 800 now, by the way. Because this is video number 801. Can you fucking believe it? Man, any run where you got fewer monies than kills is a shit run. Especially because I sold a ton of stuff. God, that was a struggle of a run.